Okay. Audio check. Video check. Okay, I switched that out. The meeting should be recording. Yep, it's recording. Okay, so we're there. I'm gonna type in the Google Meet into our other one again. So if you're on Zoom, please go ahead and click on the Google Meet link, and we'll transfer over there. Thank you. Thank you. So just click on that link, and we're going to transfer over there. So click on the Google Meet link. We're switching over right now. So thank you. Please join Google Meet. Okay, so we just have a few people left in Zoom. So I will just let him. I'll just type that again. So, okay, so if you're on Zoom, please click on the Google Meet. We're having a limitation on Zoom time on Zoom. I don't think our district bots it, unfortunately. Okay. So there are just a few people left on Zoom. Okay. If you're on Zoom, you have 3 minutes left before it dies. Okay. So stop recording. There. Okay, so if you're left on Zoom, please sign into Google Meet. We are transferring right now. And we'll leave that open for another 2 minutes, and then it's going to close by itself. Okay, so we're back on Google Meet here. Okay, thank you for your patience. Get the chat open. Slide them on. I will present so you can see it. So the slide I am on is slide 12. Slide 12. And I need to monitor the chat. Move that over. All right, let me try sharing a different way. A window. And so it would be this one. Okay, can everybody see the slide I'm on, which is number 12? All right, thank you, Jose, for posting the sign-in link again. And I should be recording now. Okay, good. Okay, so basically, we're going to do a quick review of the key elements, how to make a video. Then our main focus today is practice in editing in WeVideo. So here is a short little promo video for the Academy. And this gives you a kind of an idea on how to put a video together. And I'm not sure about lag and situation like that. Okay, you don't need to sign in again. So, okay. It's always weird when you're playing videos on Zoom, there's a lag. So I'll leave those videos for you to watch later. I'll give you some time to watch them a little bit. Let me present again. Okay, so we do not need to sign in again, correct? So part one is review filmmaking. And the most important thing I want everybody to understand is the difference between footage and video. So footage is stuff you record. Hold on, Zoom just put on stuff converted. So let me just move this away. Okay, so footage is like recorded like on your phone, and footage is stuff that you upload online to any media like Google Drive, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want. And you don't do anything to it. You don't add titles, you don't add effects, you add the whole clip, you don't do any editing whatsoever. That is called footage. A video, on the other hand, is more elaborate, has parts of footage, has titles, effects, transitions, and so forth. So, quick introduction myself. I've been teaching film for about 6 years. I'm a professional videographer. Um, I still do commercials on the side sometimes when I have time, and videos here and there. And I bring all that knowledge into the classroom. So on slide 13, there is a link for video resources to be accessed anytime. So when you click on this link, it opens up a Google document. And in this Google document, there's a lot of resources that you can look at, um, which will help you make great videos for education. So as I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be focusing on WeVideo. However, there are a lot of other apps out there, and I believe that WeVideo is the best video editing program that works on Chromebooks, PC, and Macs as well. Real quick. So below is a list of tutorial videos I found online, and some of them I even purchased for my film class. And there's always new programs coming out and new versions of programs, and I broke them up into different aspects. For example, filming. Most of us have smartphones. A smartphone is a great way to start. However, if you want to shoot better video or take pictures, you should be looking into something called the DSLR camera, or also known as a mirrorless camera. And if you are interested, I can give you some feedback on which ones would work better. The difference basically is that your phone is a great start and great as a beginning tool. However, to do more elaborate work, longer takes, more elaborate videos, I recommend purchasing a camera. Regarding editing, so there are many apps out there, and there are different ones you can use. For example, there's this one called Adobe Premiere Rush. It's kind of like WeVideo, kind of like iMovie, but the Premiere Rush, you need a real computer, so it doesn't work on a Chromebook. Another great one to use if you have a Mac computer or an iPhone is to use iMovie. iMovie is free and you can use it, and you don't need any subscription because it's free. It comes free. You just need to download it from the App Store. You have Adobe Spark Video, which works on Chromebook and smartphone. It costs $10 for the full version. There's a free starter plan over here. However, the more and more I work with Spark Video, I was actually going to be teaching Spark Video, but then I decided not to, because it was very limited, and so I decided not to do that. However, WeVideo is a much better program, and it's not too expensive. Last time I checked, it was about $5 a month for the full version. There's a free demo online version as well, but it's very limited. I suggest not to use it if you're serious about making videos, because there's a lot of limitations today. But the version we're going to be using today is going to be the paid version, so that's a big plus for today. We have Adobe Premiere. So these are the professional editing programs. You have Adobe Premiere, Creative Cloud. So if you have a real computer at home and you have a PC or a Mac, some people said that they were interested in editing on a PC. I recommend using Premiere CC or Premiere Rush. Jennifer said we have a full video, a full version. Email me if you want the access. Okay, so HS is sounds good. Are you Jennifer? Are you talking about WeVideo?
I am. We purchased particular licenses, so if they want that access code, just have them email me.
Okay.
And if you were speaking to me, you were breaking up. So if you said something, I apologize if I didn't hear it.
Okay. Oh, I can hear you better now, Jennifer. You said that the Trojans over there have WeVideo.
That is correct.
Awesome.
That's because we only have specific licensing for leadership. So let me see how many we have, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. So if you're on a Mac computer, I recommend Final Cut Pro 10. It's a step up from iMovie. It's a much better program. iMovie has a lot of limitations. It's a pro app. It's $300 a one-time charge, while Adobe Premiere is about $200, $20. Over here, there are some enrichment videos and tutorial resources. For example, I broke it up into audio, video editing, and additional work, camera work in theory, graphic design, motion graphics, and so forth. There are a lot of tutorials that you can just click on the link here, and you can take a look at what they are. That was a brief introduction on that. It's like a resource document that I showed you. All right, so what we're going to do is before we start with part one, we are going to be downloading some footage from Google Drive. So if you just click on this link and open it, please go ahead and download that. There's a little download button on the top. If you click download, it will download it. It's 114 megabytes, so it's not super big. Also, we are going to get ready for our editing because it takes time to download the footage and upload the footage, unless you're at school, and school is pretty fast. So here is WeVideo. So I convinced the people at WeVideo to give us a free 1-month subscription to the paid version of WeVideo. So this does expire on August 1st. So you have time to and then you just sign in using your Google account. You can use your district account or your non-district account. That's fine. So you sign in. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Catherine, for letting me know. So if you don't hear something because I'm just slow, please let me know so I can repeat myself. So please log into WeVideo, and we're going to start uploading the footage so we can get that going and we can start editing. So when you first log into WeVideo with your Gmail, you go ahead and click Create New, and then it's going to say Video. So go ahead and take a moment and log into WeVideo. You can use the link here on the slide presentation. This link in the paid version will expire on August 1st, or you can try Jennifer's, and hers, I'm not sure when hers expires. So take a moment. Step 1, download the footage. Step 2, sign into WeVideo, and we're going to be uploading basically the footage. So you're going to click create new, choose video. You can call it Summer Tech Training, start edit, and then you're going to import the footage.
Are we importing from the A and B roll training footage?
That's more enrichment stuff. Right now you're just doing what is it called?
The sample videos?
Yeah, sample video to learn to edit castles. So just that one. So the link on the slideshow is the sample video to learn castles. So we'll start with that one, and if we have time, we'll work with the A and B roll. But there is stuff in there too. These are some sample videos too. So you download the sample video to learn to edit castles. And then you're uploading your footage. There's how to import footage. There's a link right here. It shows you how to import. So you can look at that, or you can just click here. Click on import. Find your footage. So you downloaded it. It's going to be in your download folder. So download sample video, open, and the footage will be uploaded. You'll see a little progress bar. I already uploaded, so you're not going to see it on mine. But you'll see sample video to learn to edit, and you'll see this little blue progress bar. Once the progress bar is done, it's done uploading. So go ahead and take a couple minutes to do that. And if that takes time, you can just let it start and work in the background, and then we'll go back to our slide presentation. Please let me know if you're having trouble uploading that one clip. It's a 12-minute, 51-second clip. If you would like, if you have fast internet, you can also download the A and B roll training footage and upload that as well, so you have more media to work with. Type it in the chat, ready when you're ready to move on. All right, so the steps to upload are basically, so on number 3 here, it gives you a little tutorial from support. But basically all it is really to go to you're right here, you're on, where's my dashboard? If I create a new edit, I'll name it, and then there's this little import button. It looks like a cloud with a little arrow pointing up. So you click on that, and then you have this import media. And what you do is you drag and drop your footage here. So if you're on a Chromebook, you need to find your footage wherever it's downloaded to. If you're not on a Chromebook, you can just open up your download folder. So your Chromebooks also have a download folder. So open up your files. It's a file, blue. Click on files, look for the clip, and drag it here. You can even click browse to select and figure out where it is on your computer. It's usually going to be on your download folders unless you've changed it. Okay, so it does take time to process the upload. And if you're at home, it might go much slower. That's why I sent that email out last week to try to get this going. Please let me know that you're able to just click upload and you're ready to move on to the next steps. So I can show you a little bit of the theory, and then we can jump right back into WeVideo once it's all processed. It will take a few minutes to upload, maybe longer if you have slow internet. But in the meantime, we can learn a little theory before we jump into the practice part. So type into the chat ready. Once you click upload and the media is uploading, you can just let it into the thing in the background, and we can go continue with the lesson. Okay, we have Catherine's ready. Jennifer is ready. Anybody else ready? Okay, Diana's ready. Leslie is ready. Okay, type in the chat if you need more time, so I know to pause for a little longer before I move on. Anybody need more time? Oh, don't worry about the percentage right now. You can just let it process, and by the time we're done with the theory part, you should be able to. It should be complete. So as long as you click import and you selected the media and it's processing, you should be ready. Just let it process in the background. Okay. Okay, so we're done with slide 13. We're going to move on to slide 14. Okay, so slide 14. So in this demo, we're using the WeVideo paid version, and here's the link again to get to WeVideo. We're going to edit using the 10-step editing process, and we're going to be creating a folder in your Google Drive called Videos for Education, which we're going to be using that later on to upload footage. But you don't have to create it right now. We'll create it later. So some basic steps on making a good video are the following. So here is filmmaking in a nutshell in 5 steps. First thing is get an idea. Get an idea what you want to do. Do you want to make a video commercial? Do you want to make a promo video? Do you want to make an interactive Loom video? And so it's important that you do planning. So you write an outline, you write a script, and you illustrate a storyboard. Use the camera to film and record audio. You import the media to the computer that you're using, and then edit using the 10 steps of editing. So in a nutshell, that's all the steps you need to do to make a good video. So here's a quick review lesson on filmmaking in case you weren't here last year when I did this training. So filmmaking can be broken up into even more steps. For example, we have development, pre-production, production, post-production, and sales and distribution. So in the development phase is basically you have an idea. The idea can come from anywhere, from another video, a book, a play, true story. And then you want to identify a theme and the moral. And then you start, preparing a synopsis of it. Once you start figuring out what your story is about, you create a log line. So a log line is a one-sentence summary of your whole story. And think about it like a TV guide when you see a description of a show. Pre-production is really important as well because time is money. So you want to make sure that you're efficient. When you go out there and film, you want to make sure that you have everything done and prepared. So you have your script done, you have your storyboard done, you have an outline complete. So every step is very carefully designed. So you want to really focus on story. No matter what project you work on, you want to focus on story. So your exposition, your rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. So your script needs to include certain elements to it. So Oh, my chat disappeared. Okay. Can you hear me again, Jose? Yeah. Okay, go. So, in your script, you want to be specific, whether it's an interior shot, an exterior shot, the location, the time of day, the time period. You want to also think about how are the actors moving, so the stage directions, and also their lines of dialogue. So if you format it like this, it's going to be much easier for you and others, that your students in the class, to be able to follow this standard as well. So here is an example of an actual script. We have the heading right here. So this is an interior shot. We're at room 807. It's morning and we're in class. We skip the line here. We have stage directions, which are what are the actors doing. The students are writing the instructions on how to write a professional script using following industry standards. One student raises his hand. So this is actions. Then you have in the middle over here, you have their lines as well. So by composing it like this, by having this structure, it's going to be really easy for anybody to pick up the script and know exactly, okay, here we have our heading, here we know what the actors are going to be doing, and here we have the actual words that are going to be spoken. Storyboard is similar to that, but the storyboard extends with pictures or drawings of each shot. So when you start filming, you just don't want to start filming like a bunch of wide angle shots, because that's boring. You want to mix it up with different angles and shots, because you want to make it more interesting. And so you want to figure out how much emotion you want to create in that scene. Therefore, if you want to create a lot of emotion, you go really close up, like with a close-up. If you want to kind of show the surroundings more, then you go with a wide shot. But basically, rule of thumb, you want to cover a specific scene with at least 5 different angles. So you're basically redoing it a few times, 5 times at most. And so by having all these different angles, it looks way more interesting as well. So underneath each picture, you have a description of the action, so you know what's going to happen. You draw everything out and you write the type of shot underneath it. So to recap, it's a drawing, description, shot, and then you number them chronologically. So for example, here's a storyboard example. We have a drawing. It's called an extreme close-up. So ECU will be the abbreviation. The boy's eyes, that's what we're seeing, a description of the scene. And the other two a little bit more specific on camera movement, and also the type of music used. So it's a little bit more specific. However, you can just focus on the first 4, which are drawing, type of shot, description, and number. Production. So production is filming. So think about production is when you start filming your video. So here, you start taking out your camera and start recording based on the script, based on the outline, and based on your storyboard. So here are some camera angles and shots that you should focus on when you're recording your videos. So first of all, close-up. A close-up is incredibly important because a close-up shows greater emotional impact. So you want to use this whenever in your scene that you're shooting, the character is going through an emotional part, or what they're saying is really interesting or very important in the scene. You go close up. Think about if like if you move this close to somebody's face, that you're right in their face, you see their emotions, you see their wrinkles, you see their imperfections, you see everything, because you feel their emotion. So if I move closer to the camera, you can see me better and has this in your face effect. You can also use a close-up to, for example, a phone. So if the phone is important in your scene, you have a close-up of your phone. So we know that we want to focus the scene on your phone. Medium close-up is similar to that, however, it's a little farther out, so not as emotional. So medium close-up from the bottom of the shoulder to the top of the head. And then moving out a little bit more, we have the eye level shot, or also known as angle. The camera lens is at the same height as the person, and the importance of that is that you don't want to make the character more powerful or less powerful. So they're kind of like on the same equal field. However, you could choose a low angle to make him look more powerful, or a high angle to make him look inferior. And just by changing the angle and shot of a particular scene, you tell the audience what's happening without saying what's happening. It's just by showing, because that's how powerful camera angles are. Medium shot is the most common shot in films. Medium shot is great because you see people's hands. Like right now, the way you're seeing me is a medium close-up. But if I go back more, you can start seeing my hands, even my knees if I stood up. And that's important because, we talk with our hands like I'm doing right now. So that's important for the scene. It's not so emotional in there, and that happens well. A full body shot, if the whole subject is important in the scene. For example, we have football, like sports, or we have dancing or music. We want to see the whole subject because the whole subject is creating art. So we want to see their whole full body. A wide shot, long shot, or establishing shot are basically synonyms. And the way it is the way that you see the world. So, for example, if you look out, you'll see people in front of you. You see the room around them. And this is a very important shot because it shows you where you are in the video that you're creating. However, if you stay on this shot the whole time, it gets boring because nothing really changes. You kind of got to figure out what's happening in order to see what you focus on. That's when you jump into the full body shot, the medium close up, and the close up, because you're telling the audience where to focus on. Are you focusing on the reaction of the person speaking? Are you focusing on the person speaking, and so forth? So think about that. OTS shot, also known as an over-the-shoulder shot, is a really amazing shot because it creates like a three-dimensional world and a two-dimensional screen, which basically means it. We see the bottom of the shoulder here. We have the person looking into her eyes, and it creates this dynamic shot. And so if you're shooting a conversation between two people, I highly recommend that you start with a wide shot so you know we're in the world, and then you can cut back and forth between the two different OTS shots, the over-the-shoulder shots. And most importantly is rule of thirds. So rule of thirds is basically something that was created years ago with Dutch painters. Dutch painters figured out that if you divide the screen in equal third parts, it creates a more dimension and more interesting look in their paintings. That's been translated to video and pictures all around. So all pictures and videos are always following the rule of thirds. So basically fill your screen in a tic-tac-toe pattern. You can also, there's a setting on your smartphone to do that as well. It's called grid. And you can add it. So rule of thirds is that you put the most important information on the guidelines or the intersecting points. So here's an image. So for example, here we have a close-up. So the close-up, the girl is looking straight ahead, equal spacing left and right, and we have her eyes on the top part of the intersecting lines. Over here we have castle. We have a positive space with the castle, a negative space with the empty space. This creates a dimension between the two. Okay, we have the puppy. The puppy is looking to our left. It creates some space, looking space, and maintains the rule of thirds. Over here we have the runner having some space in the front as well, and the people on the beach. All right, so those are the first steps, and now we're going to jump into how to actually record using your smartphone. Most of us don't have a camera. Most of us have a smartphone as well. So the first thing is you want to grab your smartphone. You want to open up your smartphone, and you want to go to settings. So I have an iPhone. So if you have an Android, we're all sad for you. And what you can do is you can go on the setting tabs as well, and you type in camera. When you type in camera, can you see it? So type in camera. There's a lot of information there as well. So what you want to shoot in is the highest video setting possible on your camera because it looks better. And you want to change your frame rate at 24 frames per second. So what that means is that, remember, video is an illusion. Video is our pictures in sequential order. And 24 frames per second means you see 24 frames or 24 pictures every second of video that you look at. And 24 is the cinematic frame rate that we've been familiar watching movies for decades. And when you shoot your videos at 24, it gives a cinematic look. makes it look more interesting. Instead of like a YouTube video that wasn't done properly and that was shot at 30 or even 60 frames per second. So if you go under record video, you have different options you can look at, and then you always want to shoot at the highest resolution possible. Or if you don't have a lot of storage, 1080 is fine. If you really don't have a lot of storage, 720 is fine. But just make sure you're at 24 frames per second. On the iPhone, under composition, you'll see called grid. Grid is the rule of thirds I was talking about. So if I open my camera, it's going to be really hard to see, but you see these thin white lines on the screen. Those thin white lines is the grid for 3-point editing. So switch it up to that. When you're recording with a smartphone, make sure that you're filming horizontally, so like this. Unless you're submitting the video for a specific social media format that wants vertical videos. Okay, to work seamlessly with your phone and WeVideo, the way that it works really well is that you download the Google Drive app on your smartphone. So if you just go to your app store or Google Play if you have Android, and you download the Google Drive. When you download the Google Drive, you can sign in to your district Gmail, and if you didn't know this, you do have unlimited storage on our district Google Drive, so you can upload all you want. It's unlimited, and it's pretty awesome. So when you're in the Google Drive, if you go to Files, you'll see two tabs. One is called My Drive, and the other one is called Share Drive. So those are two different drives. And today we're going to talk about just your personal drive, which is My Drive. So in My Drive, what you can do is you're going to create a folder. You can create it on your computer, or you can create it from your smartphone. And you create a folder called the name of the project and date. So, like, for example, okay, this is a narrative, and you write today's date. So to save your video from your smartphone, all you do is you click on your video, and on the bottom right, this works with pictures too, there's this little square with a little arrow that points up, and then you look for your Google Drive, and you put it in the right folder, and then you have it there. So that's how you get your video from your smartphone to the Google Drive, which then the videos can be linked into WeVideo as well. So that's one way to do it. So basically all it is you film with your phone. To get the video from here into WeVideo, you save it on the Google Drive. It's there. And then once you go on WeVideo, you're able to just basically import it there. All right, so import media to computer. So this, if you have additional footage that you want to learn how to edit, you can do that. So our focus today is going to be the 10-step editing process, and then you're going to do an export as well. So editing using Chromebook is using the WeVideo app to import the footage. So let's go back. So you go import footage. If you are importing directly from the Google Drive, you click on the Google Drive, you sign in, and here is an image or a video. You click on it, and then all it's doing is copying from the Google Drive to the WeVideo. It's like a Google Drive there as well. All right, so this time everybody should have the sample footage up there, and I went a step above, and I showed you how to get the footage from your smartphone to WeVideo. On the other hand, if you have your footage on a camera, like on an SD card, or you could even plug in your phone into the computer, you could transfer the files with a USB or SD card reader into the Google Drive. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our 10-step editing process. So to recap, to use the WeVideo app, you import the footage, you click on the Google Drive logo, a triangle, you sign into your Google Drive account, and you navigate to where you have your saved clips, and you import them using WeVideo. So these are the 10 steps of editing. So we're going to quickly review these, and then we're going to do these on WeVideo. So just like when you make a video, you want to plan. So in your head, you've wrote the script, your pre-production, you drew the storyboard, you have your log line, you have all that created. When you went out to film, some of that might have changed a little bit because you realize maybe I don't need 5 shots, I can get my story told in 3 shots. So you made some changes. And then finally, in the editing, you're like, okay, out of those 3 shots, I really just like 2 of those shots. And that's perfectly right. There's a saying in filmmaking that you make a video 3 times. The first time is when you write it. The second time is when you shoot it. The third time is when you edit it. And right now, we're on the edit part. So step 1 is you plan. So you plan in your head what you want to do. Step 2, you want to gather media. So you want to gather any media that you think you might need, like any special text or animation. In this case, we're just gathering the video clips. Step 3 is you build your story according to scripted storyboard, like using the 3-point edit or some other edits, which I'll show you. So you first follow the scripted storyboard, then you look at your material and organize it according to what works better. And then you do a little trimming, and then you finish with your rough cut. You watch it a bunch of times, like 3 or 4 times, and then you go back and you decide, okay, I want to move some clips around, or I'm good to move on to the polishing part. The polishing part are adding transitions, text and effects, additional audio, output it, and then finally archive it like on the show track. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so everybody, text ready if you are have the footage ready to go, and we can start doing a little edit. Okay, good. Okay, so let's do this. So step 1 is you click on your media. So when you click on your media, it will preview on this screen here on the right. So if I click here, it's going to show me the media there. If I click here, I can see the media and so forth. So now what we want to do is we want to assemble your sequence. Also, the timeline is this part on the bottom of your screen. So right now it's divided in 3 parts. We have text, we have video, and we have audio. You can always add more video tracks by clicking the little plus sign, and then you click video, add a track, and then you have another video track. So you can move those up and down as you like. You can click plus. If you want to add another audio track, you click another audio track. So this is the main difference between iMovie and Movie Maker, is that Movie Maker and iMovie are limited with 2 video tracks, while WeVideo isn't. So you can add a lot. And that's the number 1 thing I like about it compared to those other apps. So in order to start working on your edit, you grab the video clip and you want to bring it to video track 1. When you bring it down to video track 1, you will see the video clip right over here, and there is a little zoom bar on the bottom here. You can make it smaller or larger. So here we have the whole 12-minute and 51-minute video. So in order to make a cut on your video, one way to do it is that you play your video. Let's say you want to get just the intro and everything else you want to erase.
Okay. Let's see. So I believe that
Okay, so that's my first
at some point they
line. We can call that the hook. So let's say we want to keep that, and then all you do is you click on this little scissor tool. Scissor tool will cut the video. You can move that on the side right now, and here I have my first clip.
Thank you very much.
Do not see the part. To avoid, okay, let me see. Do not share entire screen or browser. Share just tab. Okay, let me try sharing again. Maybe you have better luck with this. Window. Maybe a tab. There we go. WeVideo. Okay, let's see if that helps. Okay, can you see the screen on the right now? Okay, good. All right, so let me redo that again. So to erase something, you click on it and you push delete. It's simple as that. Okay, so you click on your footage. In this case, it's a whole video, but you drag the video down to video track 1. And then you play the video until you know where you want to cut it, for example.
What are you designed for?
So what you designed for is my hook. So I want to keep that, and I want to like push that on the side because I don't want to use it just yet.
What are you designed for?
And there I have it. So there I have my intro. So basically all you're doing is you're grabbing the clip, putting it on video track 1, figuring out where you want to cut it. So wherever this blue line, this is called your playhead, wherever it's at, it's going to cut. So if I click there, it's going to cut there. If I click here, it's going to cut here. So that's how you chop up your video. So these cuts don't do anything to it unless I click on the video clip and I erase it. The cuts just cut. In order to erase it, you have to make 2 cuts. If it's in the middle of the clip, it's like here, 1, 2. But if it's at the end of the clip or the beginning of the clip, I could just use 1. You select it and you push delete. So what I would like you to do now is take a moment, grab the clip called Sample Video to Learn to Edit, called Castles. You're going to put it down, and you're going to play until you hear the hook.
What are you designed for?
And then just have that first intro, which is, how long is it? Which is about 12 seconds and 20 frames long. You can zoom in like that. You can see it better. You have a timeline zoom right here. Okay, so let me give you a moment to do your first little cut using the razor blade tool. So type in ready once you're ready and you've done that part.
Is it okay that I'm editing a video I already made?
Yeah, that's fine too. Well, we're just learning how to edit, and I provided the sample video in case you didn't finish.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I'm kind of cutting some stuff out.
Okay, good. So just use the blade tool to cut some stuff out. Okay, so everything. Okay, cannot make your screen. So let's take a look. There might be a setting up here. Change the look. Convert to template. Change format. What's this? No. So there's this little question mark up here on the right where you can type anything you want to do with it. There are also some training videos as well. Oh, there it is. I think you might be able to support now. Let's see how we do that.
Multiple clips by creating an outline around them. Storyboard mode is a simple way to create your first video or to start planning out your video before switching to timeline mode. Build your sequence by dragging the clips to the storyboard. Dragging the clips to the storyboard.
Okay. I think I figured out what it is. Is that the problem you were having? It looks like a storyboard. Let's see. I cannot see different tracks or cutting feature. Okay, let's do that. So here, edit in full screen. I'm not sure. Let me check the members here. Students. Oh yeah, go ahead and share your screen. Let's see. Let me stop this. Stop screen. Okay, and then my settings. Okay, go ahead and share your screen, Catherine. So click on that sample video to learn edit. See what that does. Oh, that's your footage. Okay, so close that window. Click on create new. Create new. It's on the top left. It's blue. Blue. Click video. There it is. And then you can just drag the video to video track 1. Video track 1 is on the bottom. That's text. One more down. There you go. And then it's, I forgot how many seconds. I think it's like 12 seconds in. So you hear your hook, and then you just cut it with the scissors. So play it, and then about 12 seconds in, keep an eye out after you hear the hook to change it off. Got it. Okay, all good. Storyboard. Okay. All right, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm back. So that's a razor blade edit. Okay, so we're going to repeat the process. We're going to use the same clip. We're going to drag it down. Okay, this time what you're going to do is you're going to scroll forward a little bit, and you're going to find any character you like and just grab one sentence from them.
Tonight. Simple deadline. Beat it.
Okay, so you said tonight, simple deadline, meet it.
A line here.
Okay, so first thing is that I'm having trouble editing this because I'm only hearing it and I'm not seeing the audio. So in order to see the audio, it's called audio waveforms. What you do is you click on the right over here. There's this little arrow that goes down. Choose the last one, which makes it thick, and now you have these squiggly lines that are called audio waveforms, and you can use that as a visual reference on where to cut the video. So for example, over here,
You know, I'm taking a big risk putting you on this Columbia project.
okay, so that's enough. Just let me grab one sentence, cut that, beginning and end, get rid of this, bye-bye, get rid of that, bye-bye, and then it's the same thing. It's just same thing I showed you before, just an extra cut. And the difference now is that I picked a different part of the footage. So right now I have two clips. So we have the first one over here.
What are you designed for?
You know, I'm taking a big risk putting you on this Columbia project.
And then we have another line of dialogue. Okay, so let me repeat that process again in case you missed it. This is what you do. Step one, you grab your video clip, your original video clip. It's usually your video clips are not going to be 12 minutes long because, oh, actually I'm not sure how long it will be, yours particularly, but usually the ones that are a long clip, you want like short, like you can put them all together, maybe like a couple minutes, and then do a couple minutes at a different angle, and so forth. Okay, so I have my first cut, my first clip cut, my second clip cut. I want to pick a third dialogue line. So all I do is I use this little zoom tool, zoom out. Right now, I'm going to just go forward a little bit. There's this guy right here, this other guy, the space bar.
Yes. Hey, yeah, I'm here with Patton, and he's telling me that you want him here every hour on the hour, checking in on me.
Patton, you there?
Yes.
Okay, so we have that sentence right here.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, I'm here with Patton, and he's telling me that.
Okay, so let's say I want to grab just that part right there. Hi, I'm here with Patton. He's telling me that checking on the hour by the hour. Right there.
Patton, you there?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get rid of that whole Patton area.
Patton, you there?
Check.
It works better if you stop by clicking space bar. Click on the clip you want to cut. Rewind it a little bit. Figure out how you want to end it.
Checking in on me.
I can zoom in more so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's try this again. So here's the clip.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, I'm here with Patton, and he's telling me that you want him here every hour on the hour, checking in on me.
Okay,
Patton.
there we go. Checking on me. And before the guy responds to the phone, I cut that. So now there's this part that I want and everything else I don't want. So I just highlight the part I don't want, push delete, gone. Push the other part, gone. And then I zoom out. Okay, this little clip goes over here, clicks. I got 1, 2, 3 clicks. So let me full screen that. So here's my opening.
What are you designed for?
You know, I'm taking a big risk putting you on this Columbia project.
Yes?
Hey, yeah, I'm here with Patton, and he's telling me that you want him here every hour on the hour, checking in on me.
Okay, good. So let's say that's our intro, that's our hook. Let's say this is our first body paragraph, second body paragraph. We can find one more dialogue line as well, and then we need a closer. So like, let's think about the 5-paragraph essay, and all you're doing is you're grabbing different lines of text, or in this case dialogue, and you're making a little story of it. So over here, let's see.
Well, the water and sand mix, chemistry stuff. But that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is the lines.
The line?
Yeah, the lines. Here, let me show you. You want strong lines. Unique lines.
Okay, so let's say you want to stop at unique lines. So I have my out there.
There, Dad.
The sand? Well, the water and sand mix, chemistry stuff.
Stick together. How's it stick together, Dad?
Okay, and that's, click on the clip, cut that. How does it stick together, Dad? I want that part. I don't want this part. And here's our third body paragraph, let's say. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 clips, and then let's do a closer so I can show you the 4th time how to do this. You grab the clip, zoom out, find something at the end.
Go. You got a design for me?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, there you go. I think I do. That's where I want to end it. So I click my little blade tool. Let's see where I want to do that.
Hey, kiddo. Go.
Okay, right there. It would be really hard to cut it right there with the scissor tool. So what you need to do is you need to zoom in so you can actually see what you're doing. Use the audio waveform as a guideline for dialogue lines.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, kiddo.
There you go. Here's my clip.
Go. You got a design for me?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right, so we don't need that part. We don't need this part. I just want this little part right here. I zoom out, grab that little part, and stick it over here. And I'm using just the blade tool right now. There's one more tool I want to show you. And that one's actually even easier to use. So I'll show you that one. But when you're cutting so much stuff out like I'm doing right now, the blade tool is the perfect tool. When I'm cutting just a little bit out.
Go. You got a design for me?
So for example, let's say I don't want to keep that well right there. So that well right there is right here in the middle. We have this little waveform. It's called a ripple edit. I click on the edge and I just make it shorter, just like that. And then I got rid of that well.
You got.
Move the clip over so I don't have that awkward black screen.
You got a design for me?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think I do. And then that's how I want to close the video. And now I zoom out so I can see all my clips. So this is a very simplified edit. But I have my intro. I have 1, 2, 3 lines for my body paragraphs, and then I have my conclusion over here. So let me show you the whole thing. Let's start to play.
What are you designed for?
You know, I'm taking a big risk putting you on this Columbia project.
Yes?
Hey, yeah, I'm here with Patton, and he's telling me that you want him here every hour on the hour, checking in on me.
How's it stick together, Dad?
The sand? Well, the water and sand mix, chemistry stuff. But that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is the lines.
The line?
Yeah, the lines. Here, let me show you. You want strong lines. Unique lines.
You got a design for me?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right, and that's the end of the rough cut training. So I'm going to give you some time to put your rough cut together. You can use footage that you have. You can use this clip. All you need is just to extract just a little parts of it. Use the scissor tool. It works really well. And then if you want to make little fine tunes here and there, oh, maybe I cut off too much, or maybe I cut off too little, all you do is you grab the edge of it like that, and then you can just stretch it out. Wait, I didn't grab it right. You stretch it out and make it longer or shorter. And so it will go as far as the clip is.
Yeah, I think I do.
Good.
And this is really the focus. The focus here is story. It's not really like tech stuff here. The tech stuff is just scissor tool and the ripple edit. Honestly, that is super simple. But the real part here is the mind. How do you create the story? What parts you choose? That's the important part. That's what you should focus on your video. All the other stuff I'm going to show you in a few minutes, that is just bells and whistles. But this is the meat. This is the best part of your video. Is this part right here where you just select the right parts of the clip, because the right parts are everything. So let me give you a few minutes to work on that. If you need to take a quick break, go ahead and take a quick break. So we have half an hour left. So let me give you about 5 minutes to work. I'm take a quick restroom break as well. And then in 5 minutes, if you have questions, let me know, and I'll help you out. Before we go on a quick break or let you work independently, anybody have any questions for me, or anybody got lost? No? Okay. So at 2:50, we'll be back. I'll work on your edit. Have at least 5 clips if you can, or 3, a minimum, just something that we can work with, so we can learn how to do the polishing part as well. It's the fun part, I think. But it's the main part of your video is this. Thank you. Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hi there. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
If I by mistake delete it all, how do I get back?
Shift Z. Wait. Okay. Command or Control Z. Let's see if it works. Delete. Oh, it does work. So it's Control Z. Control Z will undo it. If you're on a PC, if you're on a Mac, it's Command Z.
Thank you. I got it back. Control Z.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Is that anybody need more time on creating your rough cut? You have at least a few clips you can work with. So type in the chat if you need more time, and then ready for more. If you are ready to move on to the polishing phase. Okay, I'm not sure if you heard me, so I'm gonna try it one more time. So type into the chat more time if you need more time adding your clips on your sequence or timeline, or ready for more to learn how to add everything else. Okay, so Catherine, more time. Okay, I'll give you some more time. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll learn how to polish it up. Sure. Okay, so to cut the middle is first of all, you grab your clip, drag the whole thing down, and you zoom out so you can see the whole clip. The zoom is on the bottom here. And after that, what you do is you move to the part where you think you want to grab the clip, play it, spacebar plays it, and then click scissor tool where you want to, just before you want to start it, and then scissor tool again, just little scissor tool on top, and that will cut. Select the part you don't want, push delete, and then you have left over the part you do want. You're welcome. So what I like about WeVideo is it's very intuitive and very easy to learn. The part that's a little bit more difficult to learn, I think, is the part where I showed you right now on how to really grab the clips and understand how to manipulate the clips. Adding all the bells and whistles to it, it's not very hard, but we'll cover it anyway. But on this question mark here on the top right, there's a lot of very helpful videos as well on how to do many things. And in case you need more help, this is a great tool for you. But the way I like to teach it by giving you just what you need, because when you watch those videos, they give you too much information. Okay. Too much information and overload of information. When you have so much information, it's hard to sift through what's important. And when I show you how to do it, I just tell you exactly how to do it to be really specific and efficient. But the video is good. They give you more of the stuff. Okay. Anybody ready for the polishing part, or you need more time to create this part? Create the rough cut. Ready. Okay, Marie says ready. Anybody else ready? Jason's ready. Okay, Ernesto's ready. Okay, good. So first thing you want to look at is the polishing steps. So we have transitions, text and video effects, additional audio, output, and archive. So step number 6, which we're working on now, are transitions. So transitions are on this side of the screen where it's called transitions. So what a transition does is smoothens out from one clip to the other clip. So depending what video you do, you'll have different transitions. However, all videos should start with a dip to black. A dip to black is basically this. So you grab it, like I just showed you. Let me zoom out of it. And you grab your transition, grab it, and you just drag it where you want it. So your video should start and end with a dip to black. So you're not going to see it on the first clip because they already have one in the video, but you can see it here. So in this clip here, so let me go back.
Yeah, I think I do.
Good.
So I don't know if you noticed that. I can go back frame by frame by doing the left arrow or right arrow to go forward. What it does, it just fades the video to black. So you're so accustomed to seeing this that you might not realize there is a transition there, but there is. And we just added one. It's called dip to black. So all your videos, make sure they start with a dip to black, so they fade in from black and they fade out to black. Simple as that. So no matter what video, please make sure you have a dip to black at the beginning and end. So let me show you again how to apply transitions. Figure out transitions you want. The majority of the transitions that you should do are dip to black, beginning and end. No matter what video, please have those. Cross dissolve is the most common one used. It gives you a little preview on the right. So what it is, so if I click and I put it in between the clip, you'll see that there's this little box next to it. This little box is a transition box. So when you go from here to there, it fades from one to the other. So for videos like this, like a narrative video, the cross dissolve is the most common one to use because it fades one clip to the other. While the other ones look pretty, they're pretty amazing. There's like, look at this rainbow one here. There's this one. These are all fun, you know, and honestly, you don't need these kind of transitions for a compelling narrative. It takes away from the story. So you want to use those types of transitions like your curtains, ornament, when you're doing something more like interactive. For example, you want to like, you know, wake up the kids from falling asleep after 2 hours of training on how to edit a video. Or you want to like make a really quick commercial or a music video, then go all out, you know, like pick whatever one you want. But like for a narrative video like this, you don't want to do that. You want to pick cross dissolve between your clips, and you don't have to have a transition between each clip. If you like a hard cut, which means no transition, that's fine as well. If you want to change the duration of your transition, you just click on it, defaults to 1 second, and you can make it longer or shorter, and that'll make it longer or shorter so it stays in
Go.
Which creates a cool little look in this case, and that might work better for your video. So take about 60 seconds of time to just play around and throw some transitions on your video. Start with the dip to color at the beginning and end of your sequence or your video. If you want to make it longer or shorter, you can just click on it and then change its duration. Is anybody having trouble with transitions? You can always share your screen and I can show you what to do. Okay. Hey. Everybody ready to move on? Type in yes in the chat if you're ready. You can go to the next step. And again, today's training is to kind of show you where all the tools are, so you can go back and then make your own videos. The best way to learn how to make a video is by making a video, not by reading about it or watching videos on how to make videos. It's about doing it. And that's what we're doing right now. So if you get stuck and you're not sure how to do something, that's when you research and then you find out how to do it. And feel free to email me anytime during the year, and I can help you as well. Okay, next step are text and effects. So you always want to start a video with a title at the beginning or text. You have different templates you can pick right here. We can do just a sample text for this training. So you grab the text and you put it above the video. When it goes above the video, you actually see it in the video. So you just put it on top, click on it, make sure you selected it, and then you just change the title. So double click on it, you can type in castles. Use your font, your size. You can move it around where you like. Let me see, this is pretty intuitive on how to do it. You can even animate it as well, but we won't cover that now. Save changes. You have your title. You want to keep your title in the video until you have like a cut. So for example, now we have beautiful scenery, and then somewhere around here it changes. Okay. Castles goes in. Then we have this person here. So we'll go back before we see the person. We do a ripple on it. We just grab the edge of it, make it smaller. Then you can keep it a little bit longer. So stretch it out just a little bit. And then it cuts out before that. So the rule of thumb with an intro title is to have your intro title in the video for one particular clip. So when it changes from one take or another clip to another clip, that's where you want to cut the title. So it doesn't look awkward that the title's still there and you have a different picture. If you want to make changes later, you can double click it and you can change anything you like. You can change the color, put a highlight on it. A lot you can do. This looks fantastic. It's black, you can't even see it. So everybody go ahead and write the castles in the beginning of your video. Maybe you're right. Okay. Now you have castles. So all your videos just start with the title of your project. And at the end of your video, you should have credits. So if you scroll down, you have special, you have these credits. You move on to the end of your video, grab credits, drag those down. I usually drag into video track 1. You could keep it on text. Either one works. Double click on it, and then you can just change the information there. So just basically a different template. Template is basically pre-slotted titles for you. We don't have to worry about graphic design too much. You just click on it and change what's written on it, so you have it. So that's step 7 for the first part, called text. So you have a title at the beginning and title at the end. If you want the titles in longer, you grab it and you stretch it out so they go slower. If you want the titles in for a shorter time, you grab it and make it shorter. So let me give you about another minute or so just to add some titles. All I'm looking for right now is to add a title, change it to something else, and that's it. Pretty simple. Anybody need help with titles? All right. Okay. Next, let's go over effects. So effects can be divided in 2 categories. So, category 1 is called color correction. Category 2 is video effect. So let's say that I wanted to. So let me go back. So I click on this clip. Let's say I want to change it on how it looks, on the visual aspects of it. So I click open. So let me show you that again. So on the clip, you have a trash can, you have an audio, you have this line, another line. The one we're going to look at right now is these 2 circles. If you click on those circles, it's called open clip filters. A filter is basically, think about like a coffee filter. When you look through it, you don't see very much through it. And then if you choose like a transparency sheet, you see a lot through it, and so forth. So filter is just basically something you see through. When you click on it, you have these different filters. So these are called video effects. And then you have a sharpen one, you have a blur one, there are all these different ones you could change, and it gives you a little preview on it, on what it is. You can add it to 1 clip or multiple clips by clicking apply filter to us. So if you click on, so select the clip, you can see how it changed the look of it, of the video by adding that filter. So that's called a filter. So go ahead and try apply a filter on one of your clips. So you click on the clip, click on these 2 little circles. Right next to the trash can, there's a little trash can. So click on these 2 little circles right there, and then pick a filter that you think you might like. I put a blur one on here, just so you can see it. Jason, you have a question?
Hey. Yeah. So I made a cut. I made like an individual clip on one of my sections.
Okay.
And that was a few moves ago, and I don't want to keep pushing back. I was trying to. Is there a way to fuse the clip back together?
Oh, stitch it back together. No. So there's no way to do it unless you export the video and re-add it to the sequence.
Oh, okay. Because I clipped it in the wrong spot, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh, so you want to add the filter, but not to the whole clip, just to part of that clip?
Yeah. So there's like a 2-second, 3-second area. I was trying to separate that zoom in on someone's face, but I clipped it right in the middle. So it's like that plays through, but I wanted to just affect that section, and it's like split in half.
And so the way you do it is the same. You will cut footage. So you use a razor blade tool. You cut before where you want to add the effect, and after where you want the effect to end. So basically, you're just cutting the footage on sequence, and after you cut it, you don't erase anything. You just cut it. Okay. And then when you add your filter, you add it just to that part where you cut.
So this little 2 or 3 second clip of the face, it'll just be in 2 clips because it already has a clip in the center.
Yeah, so you just cut it again, and so you just focus. By cutting again, you tell the computer where you want to add the filter to it.
Okay.
And then to smooth it out, you can even add a cross dissolve transition before and after, so it smooths out from one to the other.
Okay, but there's no way to fuse it back together.
No, so Final Cut has a way to do that, but it's not simple. It's called compound clip, and WeVideo does not have that feature.
Okay. Oh, also, what about adding a animation like an explosion or some kind of effect to the video itself?
Yeah. So for that one over here, so here are like some animated stuff. That if you add those on top, you just see that. So they're just like backgrounds that you could use. For the other ones, are kind of like, they're called overlays. So like, for example, I could put this overlay above it, and it's like
Risk putting you on the
screen. And
okay.
Oh, this sample text here has this one here, and you just double click on it, and then you can type in whatever you want on it, and then you can change your size, and you can move it around and decide where to put it, the arrows, the height, and so forth.
Can you adjust the transparency, like so you can still see the video behind it?
It's called opacity, and the answer is I don't know on this system. On Premiere and Final Cut, iMovie, definitely you can do it, and I don't think you can do it here. But let me try.
I'm just gonna try to put like I'll figure it out.
Okay, so filters, no. There it is. So it's this little arrow right here, and there's your opacity filter, and then you can change it.
You click on where? Oh, there it is.
It's this, next to the circle. There's this little line right here, opacity.
Okay.
Let me stretch that out a bit. There it is. So bring this green line down. There it is. You see it?
Okay.
See it? Fade it out.
Okay.
So it's this green line is your opacity line.
Okay. And then as it gets on, when you do it like that, it gets less opaque as you go down the clip.
Yeah, like all the way down.
Okay.
It's like gone. And then over here, so it's at 0. It's not there anymore.
And then it kind of transitions in. Okay.
Okay. So it's called opacity, and it's this little line next to the two circles. Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions for me?
Not right now.
Okay. Let me know if you do. All right. So that's a good way to do kind of effects on it, like explosions. So also see all, you have other things you could do. Like you want to put this heart on top of it, you can add the heart. You want to add this weird pow, you can.
You want him here.
So this little smoke effect, you can add that as well. So they're under extras called overlays. And you can see now I'm starting to build not only horizontal but vertical.
He's telling me that.
So I got the pow, I got the smoke, and so forth. All right, so let me show you. Okay, so we have a minute left. I want to show you two things, and then we're done. Okay, so under audio, you have music and sound effects that you can use. These are royalty free, which means you can put them on YouTube. You just grab the clip and you drag it down on audio, and you have your audio.
Here with Patton.
You want to lower the volume, you click on audio here, this little slider, and you can lower the volume for the whole clip.
And he's telling me that.
So audio blending is important. The final and last step for today is how to get this finished. So you click finish, obviously on the top right when you're done and you want to export your video and share it. So you click finish, you type what you want to call your video, title of the video, the date, usually works. And then you have different options here. You can label it accordingly like I just mentioned. Then you want to always pick HD, and then you have different destinations. So there have a bunch of social media stuff. The first one over here is WeVideo. So WeVideo does its own export, which will be saved here, and then you have to download it for your computer. And then you also have Google Drive, which is what I recommend. Click on Google Drive, and then you give WeVideo access to your Google Drive, and then click export. And now your video is queued to export, and it's going to go directly into your Google Drive. Once it's in your Google Drive, you're going to be able to just like right click on your video. Let's say this is the video that I exported. It's actually going to be called, there's a folder going to be called WeVideo. So if you go under search WeVideo, and then right there under WeVideo, here are all your WeVideo exports. And then to share with your kids, or you can just right click on it, get link. Make sure it's for anyone with the link, it's not restricted, so it doesn't cause problems. Copy your link, done, and then post it where you want. Okay, so let's stop presenting. Okay, so we have one last thing, which is the eval, and then all of you are dismissed. Let's see, copy. Okay, so eval link. Okay, so if you have a moment, please fill out the eval link. I want to thank everybody for giving me their undivided attention. Keep in mind to use the slide presentation today as a resource to go back and develop great, amazing videos. And final note is that at Alvarez, I built a TV studio from scratch last year. I have a place right next to Jose. Play some music sometimes. We do some dancing. And so if you guys would like to come over and do some recordings and write a script, we have prompters, and you want to do some video and not really know much about video, we can shoot it for you, and you can come over and we can get a great video for you to send out. If you want to do like a tutorial video, a cooking video, training video, anything you like, just send me an email. We'll schedule something and come over to Alvarez. Bring a few students if you like, or just come yourself, and open up the studio to everybody who's interested in shooting some great stuff. It's our first and only studio here at SUHSD, and all of you are welcome to come and use it. We have 3 cameras, we have mixer, we have a switcher, and it's just beautiful, and a green screen as well. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day, and I hope you enjoy these 3 days. 1 week of freedom, and then we're back. All right. Thank you very much. And don't forget to email me if you have any questions. All right. See you guys. So I'll hang out for a couple more minutes if you have questions. You're welcome. Thank you for the positive feedback. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to sign off. Everybody's good. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Sure.